The walls are closing in, and you can't see the light. It's the opening door that sets you free. When your burdens are too heavy to carry one more mile, it's the strength to keep the fight and just believe. It's the peace in the valley, it's the joy in the pain, it's the pardon for sinners when they call on Jesus' name. Some call it marvelous, some call it amazing, some call it wonderful, boundless and life-changing. Some call it sufficient for every problem that you'll face, the hope for every soul who's lost their way. God calls it grace. And when you feel discouraged and think you can never change, it's the power of God that makes it so you can. When you're worried that His mercy will leave you far behind, it's knowing nothing can take you from His hand. It's the song in your spirit, it's the promise of His love. When you've tried and failed and found that you're not good enough. Some call it marvelous, some call it amazing, some call it wonderful, boundless and life-changing. Some call it sufficient for every problem that you'll face, the hope for every soul who's lost their way. God calls it grace. Grace for all your weakness, grace for your mistakes, grace never failing, that will never fade away. Some call it marvelous, some call it amazing, some call it wonderful, boundless and life-changing. Some call it sufficient for every problem that you'll face, the hope for every soul who's lost their way. God calls it grace, grace, God's grace, the hope for every soul who's lost their way. God calls it grace.